Hey, 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 hey. Mm. I'm gonna start talking. Just got to share. Gotta get myself set up. I hate that it does that. Hey, hey, I'm so glad y'all are hopping on. Y'all give me just a second. I'm trying to make sure I get it everywhere I need it to be. Y'all know who it be. It's your girl Tilia. I know my son probably like, who's she talking to? My peoples, baby, my peoples. Trying to make sure I get it shared where it needs to be shared. When you hop on, say hi. Let me know who's here. And go ahead and share because it is greatly appreciated. I try to share my stuff everywhere that I can. Try to reach as many people as possible. Hey, Tashara. How are you, boo? Y'all give me a second. I had to come home and cook dinner. Because my son likes when his mama cooks. So I had to go ahead and cook. I think I've shared it everywhere that needs to be shared. Double checking groups one more time. Okay, that's about it. All right, so I'm gonna give it about a minute or two to give everybody time to hop on, and we're gonna go from there. We're gonna go from there. Aw, thank you, Tashara. That girl said tap, tap, tap it. Y'all, it has been so heavy around people lately that you almost wonder sometimes, like, are we all really truly going to, you know, put a lot of things aside and make things happen for ourselves? And we just have to. That's just the bottom line. We have to put our pride aside. We have to put some things aside sometimes just to be like, you know what, I'm gonna breathe a minute and then I'm going to regroup, which is why I'm here today. So as I look at the time at 7:10, I'm going to get into it because y'all know I do not try to keep people on live long. I get on, hit my points, and then I am done. So for those people that are hopping on Facebook, I greatly appreciate it if you could share this out to the masses, trying to reach as many people as possible. I appreciate the love and y'all hopping in and dropping in on your girl. So, without further ado, it is 7:10. It is your girl, Dr. Rashon. Like I said, I was running a little bit late today because I had to come home and cook dinner for my son. So, hey to everybody on Facebook. Hey to everybody on Instagram. I just, it's been a lot going on lately, and I had to keep the momentum going. And since I did the 3-day challenge back in September, I've just been trying to, you know what I'm saying, get to a place to where I'm more consistent with my message, more consistent with what I'm trying to say, because 2020 has been a doozy. It has taken a lot of us by storm. It has thrown a lot of us off track. But, when you tap into, as my girl Tashara put on Facebook, when you tap into who you are, you tap into your unique skill set, the sky is the limit, and you can take off from there. A little bit about me, if you already don't know. Yes, I am an educator. This is year 13 in the classroom. I'm an entrepreneur, just trying different things. Got a little t-shirts going on. Did a little, online courses in the works. Another one is in the works. I have my Dope Goal Starter Kit. You can check the link in this particular video, especially if you're on Facebook, or the link in my bio on Instagram. And I'm just, formulating some ideas and putting some things together, because a lot of people have the answer to the end product that a lot of people are searching for, as far as starting a business, refocusing your career, or even working on your personal transformation. But sometimes you don't see enough people that are helping you set the foundation for what you want to do to get you on the right path, and just helping you get started. So I feel like that's where I come in at. I want to help people get started, identifying their unique skill set, so that they can prioritize their skills, interests, and talents, unlock their strengths, and forge them forward to create opportunities, and then, of course, thrive in their strength, so that they can see their personal transformation in their business, in their career, and in their personal lives. Now, I am by means not a, hey, Mikhail, I am by means not a business coach, but I do like to consider myself a mentor, because I want to be to people what they needed when I got started. As a busy mom of 2 teenage boys that are always on the go, there is a lot of things that, we want to do, and we find ourselves struggling to get that time in to do the things that we need to get done. And so once you begin to prioritize yourself, prioritize your goals, prioritize, your next steps, and you have an action plan, things will begin to fall into place and begin to make sense. Because at the end of the day, we all want the things that we are striving to do and setting out to do to make sense. Life coach, I guess so, Tashara. I play with the title. I like transformation mentor, simply because, sometimes when people think coaches, they're not always ready to work with the coach. It's easier to say I have a mentor, I feel sometimes, just me personally, because I know that my first years of teaching, my mentor teacher was absolutely wonderful. So I would like to just, in business, career, and personal transformations, be there for people as they are figuring out how to get started. Okay, so tonight, last week I talked about, sitting down in your blessings, doing a SWOT analysis of yourself, recognizing and identifying your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities to grow, and then, of course, eliminating threats to your particular personal growth, and, of course, setting smart ideas, being specific, measuring your goals, seeing if your goals are even attainable, if they're realistic to your lifestyle, and timing yourself, because sometimes we rush ourselves to get things done when that's not necessarily what we need to be doing. If we focus on one thing at a time, then we are able to pave our path and get more things done, because once you master one skill, you can move on to something else. So again, some people just don't know how to get started with doing that. So I decided that I want to be How does one get started with my program? But that is what we're working on, and that announcement is coming later. I just love you so much, Tashara. Yes, I do. But right now, what I'm working on, let me go ahead and say, I let the cat out of the bag. I'm going to be doing a mentorship program, and it's going to be launching, Tashara, because you've already asked. It's going to be launching in December. And details for that are to come. It's already mapped out. It's already paved out. You're going to get a resource from me. You're going to get some email motivation from me. And you're definitely going to get some tasks that you're going to have to complete so that we can do a group session. But Tashara, I'm going to talk to you about that offline because you have been so amazing. But girl, we're going to talk about that later. But as far as defining your core values, okay? And if people really want to get in contact with me, y'all can join my email list. You can shoot me an email, getrightwithdoc@latiyarashon.com. It's in all of my bios. And if you even go to the Dope Goal Starter Kit, my link tree or whatever, you can contact me, inbox me. I'll be glad to, get in touch with people that way if necessary. But we're going to get into that in just a second, Tashara. So, establishing your core values. What is important to me, and Tashara is a hairstylist, okay? What's important to me as an educator, and I'm helping to mold the minds of the future, our kids, our younger kids, because I'm in the high school, is in my career is different than what Tashara would value in her career, in her profession as a hairstylist, and even Mikhail as a hairstylist. But we have to understand that your belief system is what truly drives your ambition. All right. It helps you to become everything that you are destined to be. There's some people who, you go back to the scripture and you go back into the Bible, and it tells us that God said he knew who we were going to be before we even became, as we were being formed in the womb. And that's just the bottom line. Some of us have a path that was already mapped out for us. We just have to stay the course and meet God halfway and meet our skills and our talents halfway if we want to see the fruits or experience the fruits of our labor. So when you begin to establish your personal belief system, you begin to prioritize your mind. And y'all, people say it all the time that it starts in your mind because it is about your mindset. If your mind is not in the right place, if you are not trying to better yourself and be an influence to the people around you, you're going to lead people astray. Because realistically, we sit around and we root for certain people, and we want to see things happen for them. But then also at the same time, there are people sitting around rooting for you to fail. And you never want to be that person that people are seeking to have evil fall upon them. So when your mind becomes stronger than your feelings, you're able to get a lot of things done, because at the end of the day, the right people hear you differently. The right people understand you differently. The right people keep coming back to you and gravitating towards you because they know that you have substance to offer, and you're not just a get rich quick scheme. You're not just trying to pull the wool over somebody's eyes and say, I did it this way, so you should do it this way, because all of our values are different. So to get started with identifying and defining your values, you have to decide what's important to you. And I'm looking at my notes. You have to decide what's important to you. Okay. If you decide that you want to have peace of mind in your life, then you are going to do everything that you possibly need to do to protect your peace and operate in grace. You're not going to allow people to throw you off your track because they're not believing in what you have going on. So if a core value is protecting your peace, if a core value is being financially stable, if a core value for you is nurturing and making sure you be there for your family, or perhaps even having financial freedom and stability, if that is what you value, you're going to take the time to put in the work to make sure that that core value is at the focal point, the center of everything that you do. And you don't have to explain to people why certain things are more important to you than others, because nobody is walking in your shoes the same way that you are. Nobody is striving for the same dreams and goals and aspirations that you are striving for and you're trying to accomplish in your life. So to get started, you have to sit down and really take an inventory of yourself. If you don't get your mind right, if you don't organize your thoughts, if you don't slow down for a second and take a deep breath and take in all the good around you, there's no possible way you're going to be impactful the way that you're hoping that you're going to be impactful. And when you begin to sit down and think about what you value, and you are trying to create clear core values that govern your business, or clear core values that govern your career, or clear core values that govern your personal life, you're just walking aimlessly. And you are doing something that people say all the time: you're existing rather living. We have to start living with intention. We have to start thinking that it's bigger than me and I serve a greater good if I put all that is good inside of me out there in the world for them to see. If I did it, you can do it too. So when I'm thinking about, when I go back to my two favorite words right now, being dope, developing opportunities for people to excel, you know what I'm saying? When you begin to be dope within yourself, when you begin to set those goals so that you can go out and lead selflessly, people are watching you be a role model for them and say, you know what, she got her stuff together, or he got his stuff together, and I wonder what they believe in, and I wonder how I can work with them, because they are unafraid to lead by example. Okay, so you have to have a full shift in your mind and be honest with yourself when you say that you want change. See, a lot of us are talking about wanting to be helpful. A lot of us are talking about wanting change, but are we really about that life? Are we really taking the proper steps to be the change that we want to see? I was on the phone with my soror Tori earlier, and we was talking about how everybody is so caught up in the politics right now and vote, 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 vote. But after you vote, then what? Are you going to live the life that you say that, you know what I'm saying, you're fighting for? Or are you already exemplifying that life? You have to do more than just say, I want to make a change and I want to, reach people to show them a better way. You actually have to be about it. You can't just talk about it. You have to be about it. So once you have your personal values in place, they become your guiding principles for how you conduct yourself in business, how you conduct yourself throughout your career, and your overall growth as you begin to experience the success of accomplishing your goals. But first, what's important? Do you like the flexibility of being your own boss? You probably saw this post the other day, but do you like the flexibility of being your own boss? Do you like the flexibility, or do you like the responsibilities and the duties that are assigned to you within your career and your job? Are you, feeling successful when you reach certain goals in your life? If you have a hard time answering those questions, then that is the time that you actually have to sit down and ask yourself, what do I value? Your list can have 2, your list can have 20 things, but it doesn't matter about the size of the list. It matters about what's coming from your heart. Because what you spend the most time on anyways, when you think about that 80-20 rule, that 80% of what you spend the most of your time on is what's important to you. I'm going to go back to my example of my girl Tashara. Tashara is busting the walls down, telling everybody, let's link up. Because micro links, that's her thing. That's her lane. That's where she's thriving at. I can't do a micro link. I don't know how to do hair. Because that's not my lane. But that's what's important to her, and that's what she's pushing. So she's going to spend 80% of her time cultivating her business around her specialty, around her skill, around her talent, around her interests, because that's important. For me, I'm a teacher. So I spend a lot of time in my lane educating not only just students throughout the day, but people. Because people want to know, T, how you do it? I'm going to tell you how you do it. First of all, sit down and decide what's important. Okay? Because when you decide to create your own set of core values and you identify what's important to you, yeah, you can tell your family. Yeah, you can tell your family what's important. You can tell your friends what's important. You can even tell your clients, your customers, your colleagues what's important. But are you telling yourself what's important? Okay? And don't hold yourself back, because a lot of times we get modest. I saw another person, another business owner, and she's married to my cousin. Nika was talking about, she listened to a podcast and talked about people being humble. You don't have to be humble with yourself. If you gonna flex your skills, flex them. Because guess what? Deep down inside, somebody want to learn. They just afraid to ask you because they don't know what you're gonna say. You know what I'm saying? I don't hide behind my education, but you best believe when somebody asks me something about what I'm doing educationally, what I'm doing business-wise, I'm going to tell them. I'm going to have an intelligent conversation with somebody. They're going to hear me be Dr. Latia Rashon sometimes. I don't have to walk around saying I'm Dr. Latia Rashon because there's a time and place for it. But sometimes when you flex, go all the way out. Because when you share a part of yourself, when you become pro-social and people hear you talking, people going to start asking questions anyways because they want to hear what you have to say. All right? So sit down, decide what's important because the size of your list does not matter. And once you get everything out in plain sight, you can begin to define your core values because at the end of the day, they define who you are. Words and people's opinion don't define who you are. What you value is what defines your existence. Now, once you have your list of what's important, your next step is rank your thoughts. Okay? Right now, I keep talking about business. You have to rank your core values based on your business if you have a business. Business ain't for everybody, and that's okay. You don't have to be a business owner. But when you have a career, you have to rank what's important to you. Do you want a promotion? Okay? Do you want that corner office? Do you want to be the lead on this shift? Do you want to get that managerial or that supervisory position? You have to rank your skills to figure out how you're going to get to the next level. Because everybody, hey baby, I did. I'm sorry. You have to decide what's important, or you have to decide within your career how you're going to take your skills to get you to that next position that you're seeking. Because ain't nobody going to give you something if they don't know that you want it. Ain't nobody going to give you something if they don't see you working towards it. And then in your personal life, if you've made some mistakes, that's all right. Because once you know who you are, nobody can hold that against you. Why try to hold me against me? You can't hold me against me. I made my mistakes, I moved on. If people are still dwelling in your past mistakes while you're working on your personal transformation, those aren't your people. If people are still trying to talk about what you used to do and they don't recognize the change that is sitting before them, those are not your people. Smile, wave, keep it moving, and do you. Okay? Do you the best that you can, because guess what? Can't nobody outdo you. Can't nobody be better than you at being you. All right? So, yes, first thing, create your list. For everybody who's hopping on Instagram, hello, I'm talking about defining your core values. So, the first thing, create your list. Who are you? What's important? Second thing, after you decide what's important to you, peace of mind, your business, your career, your personal transformation, rank your thoughts. See what themes come up time and time again. Because you may find that, yes, you may have a side business and you may have a full career, but you may have more things within your theme of your career that makes more sense, that shape your life, than the side hustle that you got going on. You might just have to regroup in your side hustle. And in your personal life, you should always be a lifelong learner. You should never stop working on trying to be a better you. Because I can tell y'all who I am right now at 38 was not who I was at 28, and darn sure not who I was at 18. Latilia has done a lot of growing. All right? Somebody says on Instagram, so right, I made a lot of mistakes, but now I'm doing great as a business owner. And that's just it. There's no business that is perfect. There's no career that is perfect. There's no personal transformation that is perfect, because we all make mistakes in different parts of our lives. So don't stop reworking on some of those things until you have exhausted that list. Don't stop working on who you are until you have exhausted the possibilities. Because if you keep doing the same thing over and over again and keep getting the same result that is not ending in your favor, abandon that. Work on something else. Switch gears just a little bit. Because switching gears is what's going to help you become better. All right? Now, you have your list of things to define what's important to you. You rank your your thoughts based on the different themes that you have or the different categories: business, career, personal life. Last but not least, use words to define your values. Add some meat to them. All right, and it can be short phrases. One of my favorites is be you, do you, for you. Period. Be you. Don't be nobody else. Do you. Operate how you want to operate. Make a statement in the things that you know that you're strong at. For you. Don't do anything for anybody else that you think is going to make them happy. Do what's going to make you happy. Okay? And it's not just about being happy. Do what's going to make you the most productive. Because a lot of times we are spending so much time being busy rather than productive. So be you, do you, for you. That's one of my favorites. You are a walking script. So when you are asked who you are and you're asked what you represent, you should be able to run it off like the back of your hand. Dr. Rashon, what do? I help busy moms identify the unique skill sets to help maximize their career, their business, and their personal lives for a personal transformation. Period. Nobody should ever question your authority when you become the expert in what you are strong at doing. You have a strong skill set that is unique from anybody else's. Run that down to folks every single chance that you get, because the more you talk about it, the more you show up, and the more you show people, the better you really truly become. All right? How you speak confidently about yourself shows that you are not afraid. You have to take the risk sometimes. I put off doing my challenge, y'all. I wanted to do that 3-day challenge since February. I put it off and I finally did it in September. It only takes to put one step in front of the other to realize that, guess what? If I continue to operate consistently in this lane, because I feel like I'm thriving in this lane and I'm getting the feedback that I'm thriving in this lane, and I'm feeling good in this lane, you're going to continue to step further and further out to do more things that's in that lane. Okay? You have to live by your core values and be receptive to change. And that's where a lot of people go wrong. People are afraid of change because they feel like they're going to miss out on something on the other end. You can't be afraid that you're going to miss out on the other end if change is definitely what you need for you to get the results that you seek in your life. So again, we talked about your core values. Sit down, identify for yourself what's important. Okay? Your list is your personal list. You can do it with somebody. You can share it with somebody. You cannot share it with somebody. You can get you a dope goal starter kit and begin today. Well, this shift not November. But you get you a kit and start today. Begin to identify what's important. Rank those things in the order so that it makes sense to you, and pay attention to the themes that reoccur in your life. And then once you have those themes ranked in order, put some meat behind it. Come up with some short phrases that keeps you on point and keeps you speaking in your own authority. Because again, can't nobody outdo you when you are operating in your own authenticity. Okay? I started the DAP Collective because guess what? At the end of the day, you have to be disciplined when you're walking through life. You can't walk through life willy-nilly talking about this is what I'm going to do, and then at the end of the day, you produce absolutely nothing. You just can't do it. That's how you lose people. That's how you lose support. That's how people stop believing in you. Okay? You have to be authentic. Be real. Don't put on. If you don't like something, don't be afraid to tell people, I ain't feeling that. I can't rock with that. Because if you become a yes person instead of sticking to your guns, you get lost in translation. You get lost in your productivity. You get lost in what you're trying to do. And then you have to persevere. Every day is not going to be easy. Being a business owner, having a career, being a mom, working on yourself, your personal development, it's not easy. And if anybody walks around here and say, I'm happy every single day, there's some cracks in their story. Because y'all, I have been tired. This week I wanted to just sit down and say, nope, not today, not going to do it. I don't feel like I'm going to go to sleep. You feel me? But you have to decide, okay, today I'm going to stick to my guns. And sometimes when you don't feel like showing up, that is the day you need to show up. Because that is a breakthrough, not just for you, but for some people who probably needed your energy for that day, who needed your advice, who needed your motivation, who needed your inspiration. So on the days that you don't feel like it, show up anyway. Push through. Because nothing good ever comes out of your comfort zone. Push beyond your comfort zone. As always, I'm so glad y'all continue to rock with your girl, Dr. Latia Rashon. Y'all are on my email list. If you're not, check the link in my bio. You can look at, especially on Facebook, you can look at the Dope Goal Starter Kit. Subscribe to my email. I keep sending out my inspirational emails weekly. I update my blog. And at the end of the day, I just let my folks know this is where I'm at. Are you with me or not? Okay? I have a contest that's coming up tomorrow. 3 gifts are going to be given away to help me launch officially on on Sunday, the Dope Goal Starter Pack. Y'all, I'm so excited about the kit because you get a journal, a pocket notebook, a nice little pen with a crown top on it because, baby, we queening around here. You feel me? I have a magnetic bookmark that I just ordered and received today. And there is a surprise gift on the inside. Look for the details because I'm going to be giving away a Dope Everyday hoodie that y'all can see behind me and a Dope Everyday t-shirt. So I have 3 gifts that's going to be inside of my giveaway as I launch officially the Dope Goal Starter Kit. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me, email me, inbox me. Continue to like, share, comment, save my content because I appreciate y'all because y'all let me know what it is and what it ain't. So I'm about to get ready to go eat. And I hopped on to say, hey, y'all, hey, I appreciate y'all so much. Bye, y'all, bye. And I will talk to you all later. I'm going to tell you more about, give me a second to shower.